Hello guys, good day. Today I just want to create a very short video on what tools you can use, especially especially if you are a beginner. Okay, so this is about programming tools that you can use. So what you can do is just use Google. Okay, go here and search for top dev tools. I already searched this a while ago, so try this one. Okay, and look at this top blogs here from Blog Access. Let's click here. Okay, okay, let's look at this. So according to this site, the number one tool is Get Kraken, the legendary cross-platform Get GUI for Windows, Mac, and Linux. Okay, nowadays, the tools are the trend is becoming cross-platform and open source. Okay, that's the best way to develop a tool. It's an open source and it is cross-platform. So there are a lot more devs who's going to use it and support it. Actually, I'm not that familiar with this. I'm more familiar with GitHub. I think it's just the same. This is a source control management tool. Okay, so but as a beginner, it's good that you learn also GitHub, but maybe you can learn that later or with Kraken. And what the first tool you should learn how to use is Visual Studio Code. Okay, this is right now is the most popular code editor for building and debugging web and cloud applications. So nowadays, it's not just about developing web. Now we got the trend is going to the cloud or to the you know cloud applications or cloud computing. So this is the trend. So the tools that they build now is you can use it for building a cloud application as well. So this is number one. This is created by Microsoft Visual Studio Code. Okay, and it's with the popularity of API, of course, Postman as well is a good tool for developing API. I'm actually using this one. So number one I use for basic coding is Visual Studio Code, and I also use Postman when coding an API. I usually in my job I use this when I created our API. This is very useful. So it's good to learn this as well. But first, as for beginner, just learn Visual Studio first. Okay, Visual Studio Code first, and the next maybe it's best you learn the Visual Studio as well. Okay, so Visual Studio Code is a lightweight version of the Visual Studio. So, but this becoming more popular because it's lightweight, it's very easy to use, very simple. A lot of people prefer to use Visual Studio Code. But if, in case you want more support or you want to use different platform languages, you can use Visual Studio or framework. Like example, if I start coding, I would like to use template for MVC. I would prefer to use Visual Studio rather other than Visual Studio Code. Okay. So there's other one. This is Docker. This is for DevOps container. So Docker is for cloud when you deploy it, your application is Docker. Git as well. This is source code. This is the coding part of GitHub. Okay. So when you learn GitHub, you need to learn Git as well. So GitHub there. Sublime Text is another cross-platform text editor that you can code, just like Visual Studio, but this is Sublime. Okay, just to be the number one. You have this IntelliJ. It's for Java. Okay, for Java JetBrains. Then you have also Slack. Some of these I don't. I'm not really that familiar. Okay, but see, Atom I'm familiar with this, and this is another cross-platform. Item 2. So this terminal emulator from DevTools. So you can use, actually I'm using, when you debug JavaScript, it's best that you use the web browser tools. Even Edge has DevTools as well. Okay, so Unity, I think this is for gaming. Okay, and 3D. Yep, Android Studio when you like to create an Android uh, application in your mobile. Atom is another text editor as well. So it used to be at the top, but right now it's Visual Studio. So I actually have the Visual Studio installed it already on my laptop. Let me show you. So you are. It's called VS Code. So this is how it looks. Okay, and I already loaded my personal site here. I created this portfolio site using Visual Studio Code. So as I mentioned on my previous blog, the first language you should learn, or easy language I suggested that you should learn first is HTML. Learn this how to code in HTML, then CSS, okay, and JavaScript. Okay, let me show you the output of this code. So I code this here. This is index file. It's located in my personal site folder. I loaded it by using open folder and just load. Click here and then select, and it's being loaded. And I can the way I run it, I can run it in here. So my default browser is Edge. When I click it, it will open to Edge. So this is the output of my code. But you can use an extension, the live server. I see other developers using that. Maybe in the future I will use that as well and show you how to use it. But right now this is how I do it. Just open up my Chrome or on Edge or Chrome. It depends. Up to you. So this is HTML. So the content is HTML, right? As you can see, this is the HTML part. As you can see, the index and about page is also HTML index and services. These are HTML, and most of the content are on my HTML. So it's like this one. Okay. When you learn HTML, then you will learn all these tags here. Okay, for the structure of your code. See, and the layout, how it looks. Okay, the color, the formatting. That's the CSS style. That's why it's called style. How do you style it? So it's good that you learn CSS as well. So you put HTML here, CSS here, and that's what gives this page style, okay, including the layout and the colors. The behavior, when you click here, as you can see, I click on it, it will go at the top, about, it will go to my about part of my portfolio and experience, right? So, so that's the JavaScript. That's part of the JavaScript. So this is when you want it to be dynamic, you need to learn JavaScript as well. Okay, this is very short. As you can see, the longest part is the content, and then the formatting is not that long. Okay, it's very short. And the behavior or the actions are also very short. It becomes shorter when you get better as you get better in programming. Okay, but don't be bothered about that for now. Just learn how to code. Doesn't matter if it's short or long, as long as you can code and you can have an output like this one. Okay, so that's Visual Studio Code. This is the best tool that I think the best tool, but it's a matter of preference. It's up to you. But for me, I prefer using this uh, Visual Studio Code. Maybe next time I will blog on how you can use this one. I'll show you how actual coding. But for now, I just want you to know that this is a tool that you can use. Best tool you can use. Okay. Another one is, let's go to Google. Let's check Visual Studio so you can get familiar with Visual Studio. Okay, when you search Visual Studio, you can see in Microsoft. website visualstudio.microsoft.com. Best in class tools for any developers. Yeah, this is actually the best code. So this is a Visual Studio Code. This is a cross-platform. It is open source as well. This is really good. So just select your operating system and you can use it. As you can see, I've already installed it on my laptop. Okay. Another tool that you can use, and by the way, this is free, so that's why it's very popular, is the Visual Studio. This is the Visual Studio, the other one. It is full featured IDE to code. Okay. It's a lot more feature than compared to Visual Studio Code because Visual Studio Code is a lightweight version. So this a lot more features when you use Visual Studio Code. As you can see, there are three Visual Studio Code that you can use. One is community. This is the free version. This is an open source as well, and everything is cross cross platform nowadays. This is what you use if you want to develop uh, use a more featured tool. Okay, I actually when you click this one, it will download it. When you click the Visual Studio exe file here to start, you know, installing it. Oh, let me mention this. So actually, I started this one already a while ago. As you can see, I already have on my machine this professional. I use this for my work because when you start developing code that you use for business, you need to have a license. So this is you need to pay a subscription. Nowadays, you do it by a subscription, and I'll show you that to you later. But if you want just to learn and for free, you can use community. Okay, learning to develop languages is free, but when you do a business for profit, you need to have a license. Or for non-profit, you can still Visual Studio Code. Okay, so this is what I use in my job, and this is what I use when I want to learn something new. Like example, if I want to code using an MVC framework, I will use this one instead of the Visual Studio Code. But for my profile page, I use the Visual Studio Code. Okay, so it depends on you. What do you prefer to use? Okay, since this one does not use any framework, so I just Visual Studio Code. Okay, so I'm installing the Visual Studio Community right now because I want to code something. I want to code something. I'll show you some other time, but I want to code. I'm installing it right now. So those are the tools you can use. And now let's check. Okay, the other versions and what features other Visual Studio have. Okay, let's check. These are the paid IDE. This in Microsoft this is professional and enterprise. Okay, right now you can pay a subscription monthly or standard. Standard is yearly. Okay, and there are benefits when you depends on your subscription. Like this one, if you just pay monthly, you have the basic features of the assured development, DevOps, and the tool. But if you get it a yearly subscription worth 199, first year is more expensive, but when you it's less expensive. Yep, that's good. So you have it. You have more benefits actually. In my company, we use the professional, and I have the benefits like MSN subscription, trainings in Pluralsight, and link and Datacom. And these are 3 months training, chat support, and other dev tools and other things. And Azure Credit, I can start coding in Azure. And Azure is by subscription, and you need to pay for the services that you use in Azure. So the future is cloud coding or development or computing. So that's why a lot of tools now are geared toward the cloud. Okay, let's look at the enterprise. By the way, this professional is for small business. or small application that have actually built a tool here that used by 60,000 employees. So I use the profession. But for larger company, yeah, they use this one. This is the enterprise edition. My first tool actually is the enterprise edition. This one, but I haven't really used a lot of features there. That's why I requested to downgrade it question because this is enough for me. Okay, but for big corporation, I should use the enterprise subscription. So this is the price: 250, 599, $6,000. It's really expensive, and this is for big companies. Okay, so these are the tools. There are other tools, but this is what I use, and I hope this blog is helpful. And just try all this, try to learn this when you have the time. But try to learn how to use Visual Studio Code first, and then the Visual Studio Community Edition. Then start learning all of the tools here. Okay, they are very helpful. After that, I think next you should learn Skit and GitHub, and then this Postman, and that's good enough for to become a really good developer. And hope this is very helpful. And thank you for watching and try to click that uh, subscribe button and the like button as well. Thank you and have a great day.